So yeah, primarily it was a kind of unorthodox party system that took place in the empty mills. It would kind of start at a pub called the Set End, which was known informally as the Sweat End due to the sheer amount of kind of perspiration and sweat knocking around. And then, the parties would move on to one of these mills. Um, it really became something that I think were so, I mean, this is a simplification, but what was happening in London and what was happening in Manchester, it was kind of about people who were in the know, who maybe read the Face magazine, who were maybe into dance music and culture, which is all really well and good. But in Blackburn, it was like a kind of rising tide that took up anyone, people who working class people who maybe hadn't connected with music or been that into music before, suddenly getting really involved. So yeah, so between kind of the real peak of it was 1988, 1989. The collective made sure that things were really cheap. That was one of the I sort of mentioned before about how each person saw a sort of different thing in it, and certainly everyone saw that it should be kind of democratic, equal, and open. So it was kind of £1 to enter. Prices rarely crept above £3. And the kind of rallying cry that they would talk about it being was, other places around the country, it's can you feel it? For us, it's can you afford it? I mean, you mentioned about the Hacienda as well. People in Blackburn, yeah, they were going to the Hacienda, but you've got to remember Hacienda finished at 2 a.m. If you're kind of in 1988, 1989, a kind of self-respecting party goer, you want something that lasts later and longer. So that kind of added to the success of Blackburn, really, because people would start their night at the Hacienda, and Blackburn is about, it's 30, 40 minutes over the hills from Manchester. You could be at a Blackburn party by 3 a.m. and it would continue so well into the next morning.